Hello, welcome, and thanks for joining us on this edition of NEWS2. I'm Sandra Gomansing. Governor Jongh officially informed Hovensa's owners that the Fourth Amendment agreement was rejected by the Senate. He made those letters public Saturday. Now that the decision has been made, the governor says he plans to enforce every obligation under the existing agreement. NEWS2's Erica Parsons has more.
When the Fourth Amendment agreement expires Thursday, Governor Jongh expects the owners of the Hovensa oil refinery to comply fully with all its obligations under the existing third concession agreement.
We expect them to live up to the requirements of the third concession agreement.
On Saturday, the governor made public the letters he sent to Hovensa's owners late Friday, advising them that the 30th legislature rejected the proposed Fourth Amendment to the concession agreement. The letters were addressed to Executive Vice President of Hess Corporation, Lawrence Ornstein, and Petróleos de Venezuela Director General, Omar Bravo. Both companies jointly own the Hovensa oil refinery. Governor Jongh made it clear that the VI government will be taking all the necessary steps to protect its rights, as well as enforcing all of Hovensa's contractual obligations. That means on Friday, they'll have to resume paying a 6% customs duty. The Fourth Amendment agreement rejected by Senators August 7th would have governed the sales process of the closed refinery, now operating as an oil storage terminal. When that interim agreement expires August 15th, so does the suspension on collecting duties for certain products stored at Hovensa. Governor Jongh said in his letter that it's always been his position that a standalone storage business is not permitted under the existing agreement, especially one operating free from generally applicable import duties. Under the governor's direction, VI Attorney General Vincent Fraser wrote the port director for U.S. Customs and Border Protection. He asked them to resume collecting the applicable duties, taxes, and fees on non-exempt shipments of petroleum products being stored at the refinery. Erica Parsons, NEWS2.
The Fourth Amendment agreement was executed between the VI government and Hovensa's owners April 3rd this year and expires August 15th. The owners announced in January 2012 that the refinery would shut down and operate as an oil storage terminal. WAPA's Vi Energize campaign continued Saturday at the Agricultural Fairgrounds. Home Depot offered energy-type activities for all ages, especially the little ones, as well as energy tips. There were other vendors and energy experts providing information about energy-efficient products. There were also mini-seminars to teach the do's and don'ts of energy conservation.
We had a Vi Energize fair to further educate the public on the products that are out here. We had vendors out here in terms of showing different products they have and what they can and can't do in terms of reducing your light bill.
It's very important because for the first time, WAPA will no longer only be involved in the supply side of electricity, but also going to be involved on the demand side and working directly with consumers and helping consumers reduce their energy consumption.
We work with programs like Vi Energize all over the world to help people get what they pay for. We set the standards for how contractors work to make people's homes more comfortable, energy efficient, and safe. And then we certify that those contractors know how to follow those rules.
We do have a number of different products that we like to represent and make people aware of. What is new is this cabling system, because that's a big part, that's a big concern of electrical concerns and safety concerns. This is a plug-and-play, underwater rated cabling system.
It's back to school time for students, but some parents are not too happy about what their kids will encounter in the public school lunchrooms. A fairly recent change in the way schools in the territory prepare lunches raises the question, are these really healthy for our children? NEWS2's April Knight has details.
For students going back to school, it's not just back to the classroom, it's also back to the lunchroom. But a group of concerned residents are not too comfortable with that idea.
The school lunch program has moved to a new way of serving the lunch, which is a boil in the bag process from the bag and serve it to the children. That is unacceptable.
Harriet Mercer and the VI United for Social Justice and Accountability claimed that parents were not notified of the change before its implementation late in 2012.
The parents were never informed of this move, and learning about it only in May.
Prior to the implementation of the new meal pattern, we did put out several press releases, PSAs throughout the Virgin Islands.
They also have a big problem with what they called processed food.
Totally off, contrary to what the federal law requires, which is healthier foods for our children.
I'm confident that those meals that arrive here are, in fact, have the necessary nutritious values.
Mercer and her group touted pictures of packaged food, which were also shown by Senator Clarence Payne in a July Senate hearing. But the Department of Education counters, since the senators did not take the pictures themselves, their accuracy and origin are in question. One of the issues at hand is where the food is coming from.
The USDA, we believe, do not know that this is the bag that they're serving to our school children.
The meals that they're concerned about are the meals that we receive from the U.S. Department of Agriculture. They come to the Virgin Islands as commodities for our students.
According to the Department of Education, the issue was more on the preparation of the food, a problem they said they did encounter and addressed. In spite of criticism, the Department of Education assures the community that a healthy school lunch is a top priority. April Knight, News 2.
The VI United for Justice and Social Accountability continues to seek explanations from the Department of Education, which is also open to comments and reactions from the community. Transportation Security Administration officers found 2.6 kilos of cocaine hidden inside a man's luggage. Officials say Jeffrey Carty was trying to sneak the cocaine out of the territory in a pair of candles stuffed into his luggage. According to officials in district court, Carty was about to board a U.S. Airways flight to North Carolina from the Cyril Lee King Airport. Officers inspected his luggage and found the candles with a white powdery substance that tested positive for cocaine inside the candles. Carty was arrested immediately. He appeared in district court for a bail hearing today. Well, police have determined that the burnt body that was discovered in a torched Toyota truck in the rainforest on July 24th is that of Earl Charles, who was reported missing by his brother. The autopsy results indicated that the vehicle fire was the cause of death. Charles was reported missing on July 22nd after his section of the duplex apartment was burned. No one has been arrested in connection with this incident, and Charles' death is now classified as a first-degree murder. If you have any information on this case, call police at 712-6077-911 or Crime Stoppers at 1-800-222-TIPS. Well, police on St. Croix have arrested 19-year-old Hilton Warner and 3 minors, ages 16, 13, and 11, charging them with third-degree burglary that occurred on August 8 in Estate Whim. Police say they were at a family event at a private residence. They left that event and went to an unoccupied home and swam in the swimming pool. Neighbors saw the minors climb through a window of the home and contacted police. The suspects were caught coming out of the home with house slippers and snorkel gear which belonged to the owners of the home. Warner was placed on a $25,000 bail. The minors were released to their parents' custody. The U.S. Attorney General is pitching a plan to ease the overcrowding in prisons. Eric Holder is calling for major changes to the criminal justice system that include scaling back sentences for some drug-related crimes. Tara Mergener reports from Washington, D.C.
U.S. Attorney General Eric Holder wants to end harsh prison sentences for some drug-related crimes.
We need to ensure that incarceration is used to punish, to deter, and to rehabilitate, but not merely to warehouse and to forget.
Mandatory minimum sentences went on the books in the 1980s to fight the war on drugs. The inmate population skyrocketed, and today federal prisons are operating nearly 40% above capacity. Almost half the inmates are there for drug-related crimes, and many of them are low-income and Black or Latino. This costs taxpayers more than $80 billion a year.
Every dollar that the DOJ spends keeping a nonviolent drug offender locked up is a dollar that could be spent buying bulletproof vests for cops.
Now the Justice Department is directing U.S. attorneys across the country to change the way they charge nonviolent drug offenders who aren't connected to gangs, so those offenders won't face mandatory minimum sentences.
We in the federal government can become both smarter and tougher on crime.
But former Assistant U.S. Attorney Bill Otis says mandatory minimum sentences have proven effective.
There has been a big increase in the prison population, but crime has gone down by 50%.
More than a dozen states are already moving in Holder's direction, shifting money away from prisons and to drug treatment centers.
Keeping our eye on the economy, BlackBerry is considering selling itself. BlackBerry has lost business to its Android and Apple rivals. Once a leader in the smartphone industry, BlackBerry's market share has fallen from close to 50% in 2009 to less than 3% today. Apple is expected to unveil its new generation iPhone September 10th. It's expected to have a larger screen and will hit store shelves in time for the holidays. But rival Samsung could steal some of Apple's thunder. A new Galaxy will be unveiled September 4th. This is a New York Stock Exchange with Scotiabank Stock Market Watch. The Dow down 5, Nasdaq up 9, S&P also down at 1. Coming up on News 2, it was a hot scene, not just the weather, but the chili as well. The 12th annual United Way of St. Croix Chili Cook-off was held at the DV Carina Bay Beach Resort on St. Croix. We'll have those hot highlights coming up. While the 2014 election is over a year away, some early birds are already putting in their bid for governorship. One of them is a former judge who announced on Saturday at Emancipation Garden her independent candidacy for governor of the Virgin Islands.
We can all agree that we have a lot of work to do to make our home even better. We in the Virgin Islands are struggling. As a native Virgin Islander, I have decided that I cannot continue to stand back anymore and watch without doing something. I believe that we in the Virgin Islands can do better. So I've decided to run to be your governor with a platform for a better Virgin Islands.
As part of National Health Center Week, Frederick said healthcare is marking the celebration. The campaign began on Sunday. This year's theme is celebrating America's health centers, transforming healthcare in our local communities. Tuesday is Public Housing Day with an open house. There will be free health screenings for everyone. Wednesday is Homeless Day with breakfast in Frederiksted, pampering for the homeless, and a food donation to My Brother's Table. Thursday is Farmers Day, and there will be health screenings for farmers at the Ag Fairgrounds. There will also be a food donation to Catholic Charities. FHC will serve lunch for the homeless every day at My Brother's Table. And just a quick notice for customers, the innovative business office cashier stations on St. Thomas and St. Croix will open at 8 a.m. on Tuesday, August 13th. Employees will be attending a mandatory company-wide meeting. All other innovative locations will maintain normal business hours. Again, the innovative business office cashier stations on St. Thomas and St. Croix will open at 8 a.m. on Tuesday, August 13th. While the smell of chili ruled the air over the weekend at the United Way Chili Cook-off held at the DV Carina Bay, hundreds gathered to partake in tasting different chilies and some good family fun. News2's Shaniqua Robinson has more.
The biggest United Way Chili Cook-off took place over the weekend at the DV Carina Bay, where 16 local cooks got the opportunity to have their chilies judged and tasted by the crowd that attended. All the judged chili had to be cooked on the beach, and the ingredients were inspected before cooking. The chilies were prepared with beef, turkey, pork, chicken, fish, and vegetables, and the cooks were required to make at least 3 gallons.
Bling Chili is 4 years now we've been doing it. Never placed, but we're hoping. We'll see what happens. We got ghost peppers in there, and they're the second hottest on the planet.
Our chili's made with fresh ingredients. Everything's from scratch. She has a veggie chili that people don't believe there's no meat in it.
We had the best chili. We sold out, as you can see. And you know why? Because it was a little bit sweet. And then at the back end, it was a kick. It was nice and spicy because she didn't want you to forget about her.
The event was not just all about the chili, but also included country music, guests from Nashville, the Express Band, and a new edition of the Mechanical Bull, which caught the attention of many. Prizes were awarded to the top 10 chili cooks and top 3 vegetarian chili cooks as well. Showmanship's awards were given to 3 teams, and the grand prize winner, Paul Anderson, won the opportunity to represent St. Croix at the National Cook-Off in Texas, with airfare, rental, and entrance fee included.
Chili is chili. It all goes in the pot and you stir it, put a lot of love in it, and just add the seasonings until it tastes just right. And God love us, it came out as first place chili. It's hard to say that the chili recipe won. I think it was just that it was full of love.
Shaniqua Robinson, News 2.
And good luck to Paul and his team. They will be traveling to Texas to represent St. Croix in the National Chili Cook-Off. Well, some new young filmmakers graduated from their filmmaking summer camp this weekend 11 students aged 12 to 16 from different schools in the territory presented the film products that came out of 7 weeks of learning how to shoot, write scripts, and direct. And they learned some valuable lessons in the process.
Everybody in the play and in the production is important, no matter what you are. Main characters, sound, everyone is important. I was grateful for this course because if I go back into school, I can teach it with my friends, I can share knowledge, maybe gain some knowledge from them.
This is a lot more than just a summer camp, and I want you to be prepared mentally for it because it is very task. It's a very big task. It's very difficult to go through what you have to go through to do film in 3 weeks.
Congratulations to all the students. Stick around, your News2 AccuWeather forecast is coming up next.